Maybe I should have drawn as that guy. That's a turd. I mean, that's a snake skin, obviously, but... Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Dandadan. Like always, I come back with a board and notes, so let's go ahead and hop into the board and see what's changed. Because with the board comes the board changelog, where I turned the white line from GG to Ken into a green line. I changed the white line between Taro, Momo, and Ken into a green line. I added a green line from Momo to Hana. I added a purple arrow on the green line from GG to Momo. I added the evil spirit and tied it to GG and his family with red lines. And I added the hot springs people and connected them together with a green line, then connected them to Momo with a red line. I also added that woman who had the gun at the beginning of the episode, but obviously didn't connect her to anybody because she looked at them. Otherwise, obviously, I didn't have any names for them either, so they are nameless on the board. That said, as I said, we also come back with notes. It's interesting that when Granny suggests that they've take Hana to Ken's house, he says he can't because they are supernatural. It's a very specific thing to point out for why they couldn't bring him home. Why they couldn't bring them home. I think I've brought up a number of times that we know nothing about Ken's family, so it feels like everything is a clue or a hint towards them being a reveal later. I don't know. It just seems weird that up through a whole season we don't know anything about Ken's family. And that's why he says, no, we can't take them. I would not be surprised at this point. I think I had an earlier note in the season, maybe in episode 1, in fact, that Ken was talking about the world governments or militaries of specific nations coming together on the alien thing. I would not be surprised if Ken's parents were involved in something like that for real, given that every conspiracy in the show seems as though it's a real thing. Gigi's brand of over-the-top excess goofiness certainly does make him a character. Not sure I'd classify him as instantly likable, though. If I hadn't been attached to him by art, I don't know if I'd be rooting for him at this point. I mean, I say that at like the beginning of the episode. Up until the "aren't we friends" bit on the train, that was super cute, and I liked them playing soccer together and competing about who likes Momo the most, right? So I got sold on him more over the course of the episode. At the same time, I like that he brings out competition in Ken. I couldn't imagine Ken doing that song and dance in front of Momo had it not been for Gigi. Like, I know it's Taro's words that inspired Ken, but it's Gigi that's giving him a kick in the pants as competition to take those steps forward. Still don't know if I should suspect Gigi or not. My previous thought process was that the surviving exorcists only lived because they did what the spirit asked of them, or something like that. Gigi's been dealing with it for a long time, and we got a going crazy shot from him where he's seeing the spirit. Could be something showing us he's the victim who is smiling through bad times, or it could be a sign that he's putting a facade for other reasons. I don't know. When the magazine is being held up to the screen, the subtitlers decided to translate the giant man-eating worm part for some reason. Makes me think that'll be a thing coming up later. So, specifically, I just sometimes take notes about background elements that feel like they're going to be clues for something down the road. I don't think it's come up a lot in this show, but it's something I do for other shows. When they first get to the town Gigi lives in, there are normal people in the background, so the entire place isn't just the big-headed pale people. I know they're the ones that we see mostly on camera, like getting the focus. But when they first get there and Gigi's talking like about his dad, in the background there's people that look just like Momo and Ken, like normal people. So Gigi has unnatural amounts of stamina. That's the joke outside his house when he's fine and everyone else is out of breath. Except Gigi also hasn't been sleeping either. As someone chronically fatigued and with trouble sleeping, I know this guy's got to be getting supernaturally revved up somehow. There's no way he's not sleeping for days and staying this energized. I mean, unless they are going to explain it with his backpack full of snacks, that all of this is a sugar rush or something. My final note here. When I first saw this episode, I thought they noticed a small room or something jutting from the house based on looking at the roof. I didn't notice that they were looking at this giant white wall coming off of the house. That's almost half of the house as missing space. Impossible not to notice. It gets real obvious when you look at where the front door is and how the hallway has no right turns when you enter. So it's more surprising to me that it's surprising to them only because I was looking at a different part of the house when it came up. Anyway, those were my notes. That was the board. So nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I have bad experiences and good experiences, ironically, with Science Saru. They have made some of the worst stuff I've watched and some of the best stuff I've watched. I mean, I don't know which one of these guys is the leader. I mean, she's a fucking badass. I was never really worried. I just hate the situation that she's in. It's funny that they're not showing the hand. I mean, this play, it's just one guy. He should be tossed. I mean, unless it's not her doing it. And that's why they're not showing us the hand. Of course, Turbo Granny came with. But if that was Turbo Granny doesn't have any powers. All of her energy is just cat body. I mean, that's a name anyway. Keto family. I hate them as a threat. Because essentially just perverts, but just the aspect that it's the Chamber of Commerce took them down. I keep thinking we're about to get like a new opening, but essentially this is episode 1 of a new season. So the ending could just be the opening for episode 1, as typically with anime. I mean, maybe just grab a flashlight and look in. This is more the Kita family. Also, completely wrong again. We do have an opening. It sounds very familiar. I'm sure if I see a name, this is going to be a singer that I've heard before. Oh, this is who does Red Birthmark. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But I keep saying that Red Birthmark is one of my favorite anime songs. Unfortunately, it's an ending, and people only seem to watch openings for some reason. But, yeah, I apologize. I also have to talk over this. If there is any analyzation to be done for the opening, I will always do it. So you know I'm going to come back with a note about the opening if there's something I can break down about it. I do it all the time for, say, Apothecary Diaries and the like, because every season there's something new to dive into. I know I'm at least seeing new characters. Or not new characters. I think we saw the guy from, oh God, what was it called? Episode 2? Episode 2 or 3, where Momo's granny first shows up. And she's guy's favorite food, how old he is, etc. I think that guy showed up there in the opening. Well, they're getting all of his snacks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the woman from the gun shop.
そうだぜ。愛想よくしとけよ。俺の温情で家賃免除してやってんだからよ。
I mean, to be fair, if she is letting him stay without paying rent, that is pretty good. And they just walked in to see jammed a giant hole in the wall. Never mind, you were smart. Yeah, you should have cleaned up the bit on the floor, though.
友達がうちに遊びに来たいって言うから迎えに行ったんですよ。そのくらいいいでしょ。
まさかとは思うがよ。また霊媒師とかいうのを連れてこようとしてたんじゃねえよな。ふざけんじゃねえよ。霊なんて出るわけねえだろボケ。うちらのたちの
I mean, obviously.
霊が出るなんてホラーを振りまくな。
Obviously, they're against it. Their eyes are fucking glowing.
あの人たちには騙されただけですよ。
俺は狩猟免許持っててよ。山じゃ不運な事故がよく起こるんだぜ。 例えばよ、イノシシ追っかけてたらよ、たまたまそこに人が通りがかるなんてことがよ。
勘弁してくださいよ。
Yeah, you would still be the one in trouble.
人に向けてたら警察に捕まりますよ。
I mean, unfortunately, the other person would be dead.
こんにちは。
いや参ったぜ。商工会の連中に見つかっちまってよ。鶴ちゃん巡査が助けてくれなかったらやばかったぜ。
Okay.
あそこはさすがにボロ
He's on their side. I was about to say, is this going to be a thing?
無茶されると困るんすよ。後処理大変なんすから。
あんたらまた何やらかしてきたんだい。
母ちゃんには内緒。紀藤家の人間が警察に捕まったら鶴ちゃんのせいだよ。
よジン、どこ行ってたんだよ。
いや、ちょっと友
I mean, this is going to become really unfortunate when Momo gets back, but
一番綺麗なんだよな。嘘つきが。こいつ誰？
彼は俺の親友で遊びに行きたいって。
I don't know. I'm still such a weird... They're giving Gigi a free place to stay.
親友ならわかるでしょ。
彼は
ジンは黙ってろ。まさか出会ったばっかじゃないよね。
I mean, I'm not forgiving them for what they did try to do to Momo.
親友じゃないとしたら、なんでジンは君をこの家に連れてきたんだって話になるな。
サンジェルマン。
That's something they said earlier, wasn't it?
なんだ、知ってんじゃん。彼はジンの親友だよ。
It's either that or I just recently put Saint Germain on the character ranking 2024. Nope, that's it right there. Sorry.
おいジン、
I'm talking about Sympho
も
Gear.
う一人女のやついたよな。いつ帰ってくるんだ。
女の子、誰のことだろう。
おいおいジン、そいつは本当だろうな。
いや、本当に。
てめえ今やっちまったぜ。俺らに嘘をついたな。
Oh, I was saying, is it going to be the giant walk up?
神社ってここだよね。っていうか、あれはなんだ？
何かご用ですか？
いや、父の子の神社ってここですか？
ああ、はいはい。お見苦しいところは、VTuber になりたくて。どうぞ、上がってく
They
ださ
never
い。
use the names of things.
そんなすぐ見せてもらって貴重なものなんじゃ。
全然、こんなんじゃ金稼げませんから。VTuber になりたいな。
うわ、めっちゃ楽しみ。後でもう一回オカルンと来よう。
Maybe I should have drawn as that guy. That's a turd. I mean, that's a
父の子に。
snakeskin, obviously, but
私もそう思います。この神社に残ってる文献には、天昇る竜は虹をかけ、山の怒りは村を飲み込むとあります。この土地には大蛇信仰がありまして、
I said it was a rainbow just
火山に
beginning of the
住む
episode.
大蛇が腹を空かせると火山が噴火すると考えられてきました。当時の人は村の子供を一人供物として捧げることで大蛇の空腹を抑えていたといいます。そのおかげで200年間一度も火山は噴火せず、温泉という恩恵を得られていると伝えられています。そのへその緒みたいのは大蛇が脱皮した時のものらしいです。今ではその大蛇の皮を祀ることで火山の噴火を防いでいるらしいです。
You think they committed the sacrifices in Gigi's house?
残っていった方が観光客が来るって。
That's what Turbo Granny was talking about with so much blood.
訪れてくれます。この大蛇の伝説は人間の過ちです。恐怖によって思考能力を奪われた人間は人柱さえも信じて行ってしまう。そんな過ちを繰り返さないよう私はここでお話をさせていただいております。本当は三角倒立の
Yeah, I was just about to bring it up. Hard to take this guy serious when he wants to be a YouTuber.
父の子いなかったな。オカルンがっかりするだろうな。
Not that there's anything wrong with trying to be a YouTuber. Obviously, can't be saying that myself. I just mean it's hard to be mystical and knowledgeable and actively pursuing being a YouTuber.
やっと供物が揃ったな。それじゃ祭りを始めようか。
Oh. I got it. I'm assuming it's literally 1-for-1. The story about sacrificing, and now we're sacrificing. Oh, come on. Yeah, I would say the giant sumo wrestler threw you into a wall and you took that. I mean, I would say giant invisible hand right up the crotch. I would say it was surprising intervention, but she did save her at the hot springs too, so.
わしゃてめえを助けに。んで、こいつら何よ。こっちが聞きてえわ。
落ち着きなよ、お姉ちゃん。
近づくんじゃねえ。今すぐこの家から出てけ。早くしろ。
I think the problem is also that they have the cop on their side. Even if we manage to, like, deal with this aspect, afterwards, the real cops are gonna be on their side. So she just kicked her own son out of the way. Did not know where the named thing was going.
あの女何者だい。何か妙な力を使っているように見えたね。
何者だよあのババア。ただの強えババアだろ。いやそんなやついる？てめえんちにもいいんだろ。確かに。
母ちゃん、あれ見て。物が浮いてるし、猫が喋ってる。
I'll say they certainly aren't surprised by the room.
何者だい。霊媒師ってわけでもなさそうだね。祭りの邪魔をするってことはどうやらてめえはこの村を壊しに来たみてえだな。この村は俺ら祈祷家が代々守ってきた土地だ。好き勝手させねえぜ。
I guess they're like the shrine keepers.
おいおい、てめえ誰のおかげで安全安心に温泉入れると思ってんだ？俺らが200年間大蛇様に供物を捧げてるからだろうがい。そのおかげで火山の噴火を抑えられ、温泉っていう大蛇様の恩恵を受けられてる。
Also, looks like Turbo Grant's interested in the room.
今頃村はマグマの下さ。
ちょっと待って、供物を捧げてるって言った？
そう言ってんだろうが。この場所はもともと祭壇があった場所だ。
As I said.
まさにここで人柱が建てられた。時代によって姿形は変わったが、この家は紛れもなく祭壇だ。
Right again?
そして 俺ら祈祷家はこの家に供物を招き入れ、大蛇様に捧げて
They did a lot of renovations.
まさかそれでジジの両親は
ラッキーだったぜ。ちょうど3人供物が足りねえとこだったんだよ。
Why didn't they fully offer Gigi's parents? Why did Gigi's parents get to a hospital?
様は大層お腹を空かせていらっしゃる。
なんなんだよこれよ。やばいやばい、床が砂になってんじゃん。やんとかこれ。早くここから出
They're not much different than the underground worm thing I was talking about from the magazine. Seriously, Ken hasn't woken up by now?
この敷居はまたがせねえよ。てめえはその流砂に飲み込まれて。
You know he's gotta wake up before shit gets too bad.
マジでやばい。ターボママなんとかしてよ。
There we go. Like I said.
こっち今のうちにモモ超能力使え。
二人ともナイス。助かった。
We haven't seen him transform in forever. He should still have transformation ability.
オカルン大丈夫？なんとか。ちょっとマジかよ。
Did the original shrine sink? That's why it's down here?
何これやばくない？
No.
で地中にこんなたくさん。モモオカルン助けて。
So I'm hoping those aren't spider webs or something.
どこにいんの？
こっち。
ジジ。
落ちる。
今助ける。
Ooh, snap. Never a good thing if you fall against something soft at the bottom of a pit. It's literally the picture in the magazine from last episode. Except for the glowing front part.
大蛇様、よくぞおいでになられました。我々祈祷家は大蛇様の
I hope these asshats get eaten by their own worm god.
ポーズしろ。食われるぞ。あれが大蛇様。初めて見た。
こたび捧げる供物は
Yeah, see, they have no experience with their own, worm god.
大蛇様ってこの土地の伝説の。
やば、明治じゃなかったの？ありゃ暗がりだな。暗がりって何？あれ知ってんの？
モンゴリアンデスワームだ。
What'd I say?
ゴビ砂漠に生息してると言われてる巨大食人ミミズのユーマです。
I knew they fucking translated it for a reason.
こんなでかいデスワームは聞いたことがありません。
じゃあ、あいつらが200年の間生贄を捧げてたのってミミズのユーマ？
さあ大蛇様、あの3人をお召し上がりください。ゲロッパ。
Then there's no real reason why it wouldn't eat the Keto family over just these three.
ただの人食いミミズだ。
Yeah, there we go. Deserved.
こんなの絶対倒せないっしょ。
これは確かにやばいわ。
That also explains why all the houses were going missing. Or they were doing the remodeling. I like that, it's funny. They weren't remaking the houses, they were just building new houses on a whole.
二人とも早く。あいつに見つかる。どうしたの？二人とも大丈夫？
Does it have like a fear ray or something. Alright, new ending too. But like the opening, I have to talk over it. It's fair use shit. Yeah, you knew those guys were going to be in danger when one guy said, "I've never seen it before." And the aspect of it seemed like they were trying to throw Momo down the hole, which implies that they're not used to dealing with the worm directly. They just throw sacrifices in, and it takes the sacrifices. So yeah, completely expected. And couldn't have happened to worse assholes. But yeah, I apologize again. I have to talk over the ending. I felt like they were very uncomfortable. I appreciate it, at least introduced the mother aspect of, hey, we're letting you stay rent free, and look, this world sucks when it comes to money. So having them introduce that, it's like, oh well, how much of this would I really be willing to deal with for rent-free living in apparently a really nice place to live, and not that bad of a home either. And, quite a bit, in fact. I'd be willing to put up with quite a bit. Yeah, I was gonna say, we haven't actually dealt with whatever the sleep paralysis demon that Gigi's been working with. Unless that was supposed to be like a human embodiment of the worm, but it seems like this episode's saying it's not. Also, it kind of looked like the old people, the Kita family, still there in the next time, unless it's like a flashback within the next time on. Happens sometimes. I wouldn't put it past it. Certainly looks like a hell of a lot is going to happen next episode, though. Like, was that Momo on a pole to be sacrificed to the worm, like the way that they would do with like a dragon or something? I don't know. I guess the aspect that I was throwing out there that Gigi might have been like fooling everybody and it was actually evil. Seems like I was wrong on that one. Very much seems like Gigi was just getting thrown to the wolves as well. Happy that the guys got eaten, if they do remain eaten, because, I'm not down for that. You don't do that to people. Just like back in episode 1, where I was down for Momo kicking the ex-boyfriend's ass, and there was somebody in the comments like, oh, I was watching this, but I was out the moment you were advocating violence against somebody. And I was like, fuck it. I'm advocating violence again. Sometimes, and I hate to say it, because, it's not what you're supposed to do. Sometimes violence is the only answer to certain scenarios. Because sometimes you can't talk your way out of the things. Sometimes people are so reprehensible that you can't get past them civilly. I'm not advocating for violence, don't take me that way. But say 7 guys who try to jump a girl at the hot springs, violence is the answer. So, well, that said, really good episode. I'm glad it seamlessly works from season 1 to season 2, that there wasn't some weirdness like say One Punch Man season 1, season 2 had. I enjoyed it. Really good. Can't wait to get into more season 2. So that said, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?